Reasons why, when we break up, we can't stop thinking about our exes. Hi, it's Charles again. And I wanted to talk about why when we break up, we can't stop thinking about our exes. There are many things that change within ourselves when we break up or are broken up with. One of the interesting books that I've read over the last weeks was written by Dr. Amir Levine and Rachel Heller, called Attached. Just so you're aware, this is not a paid advertisement for this book. They have some good insights into relationships, and their advice can just make sense. I wanted to talk about the effect that a breakup can have on us. Taken from the book Attached, when we break up with someone, our attachment system goes into overdrive. We can think of nothing but getting back together. The fact that one person can take away our pain in an instant makes it extremely hard to resist the temptation to see that person again. Being in the same room with this individual can take the anxiety away that no counselor, therapist, family member, or friend could ever do. This is the reason that many of us find it hard to follow through on the wish to break up or remain in no contact. If we've been dumped, we can definitely gain some comfort in knowing that our exes can be going through a rough time as well. If they've gone into a rebound relationship or a relationship directly after being with you, there are several things that may go through your head, such as they likely had somebody in the wings already, or they'd been taking phone numbers and keeping backups just in case things didn't work out with you. That in itself is pretty shitty. What happens if we look for the silver spoon in a pile of shit? We're going to have to get our hands dirty, and it's going to stink. But let's look at it this way. They had to fill their life with someone else almost immediately because of the vacuum that was created when the breakup happened. Whether for good or bad, it happened. And they needed the consoling of another person to help fill the hole that was left behind. It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? To make all the pain go away and feel better, all they would have to do is send a text, pick up the phone, send an email, call, and start to work things out or pick up where things left off. Sounds logical, and it sounds pretty fucking easy. It is. But there's so much more to a relationship than just making the pain go away. No contact is not easy for these reasons. We want to reach out. We want some type of contact, even if it's bad contact. We want to feel valued, relieved, and wanted. The biggest problem with all of this is that it depends on them. It depends on an external validation from someone else. Social media has helped us to become dependent on the approval of others, rather than being secure in the sense of who we are. Sometimes it's them, and sometimes it's us. But the more we learn about ourselves and how we react in a relationship, will give us better insight to be more content in the next one. In Attached, the authors talk about 3 different attachment styles, or 3 different types of relationships, and how each of them can have an effect on one another. Knowing how you attach and how someone you are getting to know attaches can help you navigate the challenges and differences in relationships and help manage what's going on within it. It all takes work. There isn't any easy way around it. Understanding self and self-management are the best ways to get on. Think of it this way. If you quit your job, it doesn't likely cause much anxiety because you've thought about it for some time and you've likely found a new one. At the new job, you may miss aspects of the old job, but they aren't high on the emotional scale. Now, if you were fired from that same job, even though you were going to quit when you found another job that was better, but the leaving is out of your control. You're probably experiencing different emotions than had you left on your own free will. You're likely upset, pissed off, defiant. How could they do this to you? You're the best employee they had. Their heads are up their asses. Look how much I did for that company. They needed to fire someone. They should have fired, and you can insert a name. Same result, just a different person in control. Each situation, whether relationship or job, it still sucks. I get it. I've been there. And it's still difficult going through the motions of it all. Either way, the resultant can be the same thing. Likely less dramatic and long-lived as the job. Either way, these people can wind up on a pedestal. And it can be great when we finally get them off it and see who they truly are. It doesn't make the feeling any less real or any less painful. The key is yes, you feel like you're breaking inside. Yes, it would be easy to fix if the ex came back and made all the pain go away. Would the same problems exist when they came back? Why or why not? How long would it take before things went back to the way they were within the relationship? If it didn't have a conscious effort, those issues will still remain. If we use the real life example of someone that has had a heart attack and survived, typically they'll stay on their diet and regime for about a year before they fall off and go back to their original life patterns. This is a life and death situation, and yet people go back to the way things were. Wouldn't it have been easier just to have lived a healthy lifestyle so that the heart attack wouldn't have happened in the first place? Why pain? Pain is a motivator. People don't change when things are going great, going good, or even okay, or even mildly uncomfortable. It takes a real shove for most people to try and make a change. When you are typically in a lot of pain, you'll pretty much do anything to make it stop. The anything in this case should be to learn and become a better person. We reach out only to make ourselves feel better. It is only about the other person because they are the person that left the hole. We think they will be as happy to see us as we are them. We would do anything to have them back. Really? Anything? How about doing the work so that you can deal with other issues that may come up in the relationship? It's tough, I know. At this point, many of us just want to feel better. The journey, whether big or small, starts with one step. Once you build momentum, it'll be easier. Be safe, be brave. I know it's not easy, and I'll talk to you soon.